Hey everyone, it's Matt, ESC United, your favorite Eurovision channel, and let's jump right into the news because it's a pretty big one, if you ask me. But the Flemish broadcaster VRT is claiming that the 6 countries with irregular voting patterns actually decided beforehand to exchange points with each other. That's pretty big news. This comes on the heels of Saturday night's statement made by the EBU actually during the live broadcast of Eurovision, saying that the voting partner had found that 6 participating nations actually had shown irregular voting patterns. That's the term that they are using. Basically, after noticing that something looks a little off, a little fishy, the EBU decided to totally remove the jury scores for those countries, and instead Eurovision organizers made aggregated results based on how countries with similar voting patterns had voted. I'm going to read you that statement real quick. In the analysis of jury voting by the European Broadcasting Union, EBU, pan-European voting partner, after the second dress rehearsal of the second semi-final of the 22 Eurovision Song Contest, certain irregular voting patterns were identified in the results of 6 countries. In order to comply with the contest's voting instructions, the EBU worked with its voting partner to calculate a substitute aggregated result for each country concerned for both the second semi-final and grand final, calculated based on the results of other countries with similar voting records. When that statement was released right during the show, of course, speculations, rumors started traveling quickly throughout the media, the Eurovision press, everywhere, because it was vague and somewhat ominous, for the lack of a better word, and not giving us much. Of course, leaves a lot of room for interpretation, and people's heads go in different directions there. So today, on Sunday, the broadcaster VRT, they were not involved though in the Belgium selection this year, so they were kind of more like an innocent bystander, if you will. They published a short article on their website. From a good source, we have learned that the national juries of the concerning countries had agreed to give each other point. As of right now, though, this is a very important caveat, the EBU has not confirmed, although also not denied, such claims. Now, of course, everyone is asking, who are the culprits? Who are these 6 countries in question? The EBU did not give us any names, but the fan speculation, of course, is traveling fast. And many Eurovision fans, of course, observe that once you go to the Eurovision.tv website, that the names of the jury members for exactly 6 countries were not made public. Therefore, a reasonable assumption was made that these are the 6 countries in question that may have exchanged these points. And 3 of these countries did not give out their jury scores during the grand final, and instead the executive supervisor Martin Oosterdaal announced their points. I've been wondering why he popped up so much. I thought these were just issues with the transmission of the videos. No, there was more to it. Behind the scenes, it can be heard that the countries refused to call their points because the EBU had changed their points after the discovery of the fraud. So again, the 6 countries whose jury votes were removed from the contest and replaced by the EBU results based on previous voting patterns are reported to be Azerbaijan, Georgia, Montenegro, Poland, Romania, and San Marino. Some of these broadcasters also called for more transparent process here in terms of why their votes were removed. So we don't know exactly yet. There is a lot of probably discussion and conversation happening behind closed doors. So as pointed out, some of the broadcasters from Azerbaijan, Montenegro, Romania, and Georgia, they're all requesting a proper explanation, which have not been made public by the EBU yet. Granted, the song contest just finished, a little bit more than 24 hours ago, so there is a lot to be reviewed and researched. And I understand we all want answers now, but I also understand everyone has to do their proper due diligence, but hopefully we get some answers in the next coming days once the EBU has done their part and everyone else had a chance to review it. Because keep in mind, this is not official. The EBU has not made an official statement to provide us additional information. This is just based on what VRT provided to the public, as well as based on healthy assumptions looking at the results and the missing jury information on the Eurovision website. So, will this have future or long implications? We don't know. How did it impact the voting? That's also a very strong question mark, or big question mark, because we don't know what the votes would have looked like. But if they decided to vote for each other, of course, you can assume that their points would have been a little higher, if true. Interestingly enough, out of those 6 countries, only 3 qualified for the final, and none of them actually even made it to the top 10 in the end. So we have to wait for additional information from the EBU at this point, but I just wanted to share the news with you from what we know as of right now. We'll keep a close eye on this little beauty and see what's going to happen. Let me know what your thoughts are below in the comment section. That is something interesting, because we've had juries been removed before in the past, but such a huge number of countries just removed completely. That is something new. That is something new, and I'm sure this will have major implications as well. So yeah, a very interesting 24-hour aftermath of this year's contest. So let me know. I'll talk to you all later.